Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is Kitech Digital. Now in this video we are going to create this beautiful website over here, which is a football club website. So for those of you who want to create football club, and those of you who need a football website, now this is the perfect website for you. Now this is a simple football website that I created for this tutorial. So we're going to go through how the whole football website works like, and then we will learn how to create the tutorial. So after going through, what I'll do is I have a prepared a template for you guys who doesn't want to go through the process of learning how to create it, but you just want to install the template, or you want the template. I've really prepared a template about it. You can get it in the link in the description, and then you follow this tutorial to be able to install the template. So this is basically how the the website looks like. Very simple. This is the home page. Okay, so as you can see, we have the header over here with the logo over here, and then the menu items, and then with a button over here, and then social icons too over here. And then we have a transparent header. And then as you can see, if I scroll, there is a sticky header over here which also comes, and then we have the hero section over here, which is a slider which changes. Okay, and then with Kitech Football Club written on it over here. And then if you want to learn more, you click here on the button to learn more, which will send you to the about page over here. Now the mission and the vision of the club too is is over here. So you can see the mission and the vision of the club all written boldly in this card over here. Okay, so this beautiful icon box over here. And then we also have a section over here which also display a little bit about the club, and then with this how do you call it, slider, or with this pictures changing here and there. Okay, and then when you scroll down also, you see what the club really does. So we assist young people make positive choices by improving their health, social well-being, employability. And then you can write anything that you want to write, but you can use this and then modify it to do your own thing. And then we also have the gallery section over here, which displays a little bit about the football sessions and the training sessions of the club. And then we also have a call to action over here to seek for donation. That is, if you have a foundation or something like that which you are dealing with. And then we also have the footer section, which shows the football club logo, also the some menu items over here, footer menu items over here. And then we have the gallery also showing over here. And then we have a video over here which shows the training of the club. Okay, so the training session of the club all over here. And then of course the footer menu to the footer section over here, or the footer widget, which displays the copyright part over there. So basically this is how the home page looks like. So like I said, if you click over here, we'll send it to the about page over here. Now this website is perfectly designed for anybody who owns a club, or a football club, or a soccer club that wants to have a website. So as you can see, this is a perfect about us page. Okay, so as you can see, welcome welcome Kitech Football Club. And then we have the same kind of like session, but this time around this is small and this place is a little bit big. Okay, and then displays the about us over here. It goes on to also display the ambition of the club and everything, and then the vision, mission of the club, and then also the what we do. Okay, so all the things that we do with the coach too over here. and then the core values, or the values of the football club, and then of course the footer. So this is an in-depth about us page, perfectly designed for your how do you call it, your club or your soccer club. Okay, so as you can see, everything is on point. And then we also have the news section, that is if you have some some news that you want to but at this moment there's nothing over here. It is basically like a blog. Okay, so you can put it over there. And then we have the the gallery also over here. So with this gallery, you'll be able to get a fair idea about how the gallery really looks like. So with this one, like I said, you can't see this one really well, but I can really let me go into it. Let me go into the Elementor page builder and then show you how you can easily customize this website. Now this website was built with Elementor page builder or website builder. Okay, so for those of you who know Elementor website builder, you can easily integrate or easily install it and then customize the website to suit whatever you want. So I want to just change some few things over here. So I'm going to go to here, add a session. Okay, and then I'm going to go and then change the session to I want to say no gap, and I'll change the session to minimum height. So this is how it's going to be like. Okay, so with the minimum height, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a background over here. So with this session I'm going to give it a background over here. So I'm going to give it a classic background. I'm going to pick a picture for it, and then with a picture I'm going to pick a very nice picture which it's quite okay. So I'm going to pick this one over here. I'm going to place it over here. So as you can see, we have this picture over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to position it center here like this one, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do repeat as no repeat, and then default I'm going to make it to a cover. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this one to, let's say, 200 or 250. Sorry. Okay, so 250 over here. So as you can see, now there is a background over there. Okay, so which is quite okay. So after that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to update it. Okay, so I was just trying to update this session so that I will have a background over there. Okay, so now that I have a background, now I can what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this session. I'm going to just copy it so that when I reach somewhere else and it doesn't also have a background, I'll place it over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to view page over here to view the page. So this is how the page looks like. Now I have a very nice background over there. Now I can go to contact. Okay, so with a contact, very nice contact page over here with the contact details and other stuff. And then I can also go to donate over here. So this is how the donation page also looks like. It's basically like a foundation page. Okay, so Kitech FC Foundation. So we use the power of football to improve the lives of young people, and then write about the foundation, and then the donation. Okay, so people can click over here and then it will send them to the contact us page to contact us for any donation that they want to give. You can also link this page to a donation page that you want, so anyhow you want it. So basically guys, this is how the whole website looks like. It's very simple, but in detail you can get a lot from this website. So for those of you who don't know or who cannot follow this tutorial to create it, I'm going to show you how you can get this website installed on your website. So there's a link in the description. Make sure that you follow that link. Now click on that link. It will send you to a page. Download the template of the website. Now when you download the template of the website, you're gonna get something like this one over here. Okay, so you're gonna get this one. Okay, Now when you get this, you know, zip file over here, unzip it. When you unzip it, you're gonna get these two things over here. Now these are the things that we are going to install. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to, you know, a newly installed WordPress over here. So this is what a new website, there is nothing on it. I'm just refreshing it for you to see there is nothing on it. So what we are going to do is we go to the back end of it. Now go to what plugins over here, you know, click on add new to add new plugin. Okay, now after adding the new plugin, search for Elementor. Okay, just search for Elementor over here. Okay, so you get this, you know, Elementor website builder over here. That is what we need. Click on install. Okay, after installing it, do not activate it yet. Now go to appearance over here, click on themes. Okay, just click on themes over there, and then we're going to search for we're going to add a new theme. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on add new over here. After clicking on add new, search for the theme that you want. Okay, so you know, click over here, and then we're going to search for cadence theme. Okay, so we're going to search for this cadence. It's a free theme, you don't need to buy anything. Just search for the cadence theme over here, and then click on what install now. So just click on install to install it, and then click on activate to activate it. Okay, so now that you have this one installed and activated, all what you need to do is what, to go back to your plugins over here, go to installed plugins. Okay, now we have a lot of plugins installed, but that is not what we want. Now I'm going to delete all these plugins because I don't need them. So I'll just click on it and then click on delete over here, and then, you know, click on apply to what, and then click on OK to delete the plugins that I don't need. So I'm going to also uninstall this one, or, you know, deactivate this plugin. I'm going to deactivate this plugin. I'm going to deactivate this plugin also. Yeah, and then what, you know, delete them. Okay, because I don't want them. Now the more plugins that you have on your website, the more it slows down your website. So make sure that you have less plugins on your website. That is why I'm doing deactivating all of them. So this is the only plugin that we know. Now I'm leaving this one because this is what a light speed cache is, a caching plugin which helps us to speed up our website. So it is very important that I leave it over there. Now I'm going to activate it, so I'm going to click on activate. Now of course it will send me to a welcome screen or onboarding screen over here. Okay, now if you don't have Elementor, or if this is your first time, it will tell you to create an account. Okay, or you have to connect your account, but I'm going to leave it and then click on skip over here. Okay, and then I'm going to you know, cancel it. Okay, I don't want to pass through that process of onboarding and all those things. So now we have our theme successfully installed. And if you go over here and refresh the website, this is how it looks like. Okay, so we have our theme successfully installed. Okay, so now we are going to install our template. Okay, so now that we have the theme and then the Elementor installed, we're going to install our template. Now we're going to use Elementor to install our template. So what we're going to do is we're going to hover on Elementor over here, go to settings. Okay, now we have to activate something before we can be able to install the template. So go to experiment over here, and then scroll down under stable features. Make sure that you look for import export template kit. Okay, so just click on the default and then activate it. Click on activate. Now after you clicked on activate, come over down here and then click on save to save the changes. Okay, very good. So now that our changes are saved, under the same Elementor over here, you see that there is tools over here. Okay, click on the tools. Now at the moment we activated the import export kit, you see it over here under tools over here. So click on it, the tab over here. Okay, click on that tab, and then you see these two things over here. One is export a template kit, and the other one is what, import a template kit. Then we're going to use the import because we want to import a template kit. So click on start import, and then we will have to upload our file over here. So the file should be a zip file. Okay, so click on select this one and to choose the file from your from your computer. Okay, so make sure that your how do you call it, you select your file. Okay, so I'm going to go to desktop over here, and then I'm going to look for this one. Okay, this one, KFC United, and then in it I'll have these two things over here. Now of course you see this one is not selected because we cannot import this one. This is what we are going to import. So click on it and then click on open over here. So it will it will load the file for us, and it will bring out all the plugins that you are supposed to install. Okay, now as you can see, these two are already installed, so it's not going to install them for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on next over here, and then we're going to click on just import to import the template for us. So hold on for a while, it will install and activate all the plugins for you, and then it will go ahead to install the template to for you. Now at the moment you have first, enable unfiltered file uploads. Just click on enable over here to enable it. Do not skip it, make sure that you enable it. Okay, very good. So as you can see over here, your kit is now live on your site. Okay, so your kit is now live on your site. So if you come over here and then we refresh our website, we are supposed to see the changes that has gone through. So as you can see, the changes has come. Okay, now we have a fully functioning website, but as you can see, it is not complete. Okay, so over here, okay, and then even the footer, all is not complete because there is one file that we haven't uploaded yet. So what we're going to do is, let's go back to the dashboard and then click on close over here to close the Elementor import tab, and then let's go to appearance over here, and that appearance, go to customize. Okay, click on customize. Okay, so once that you are at customizer session over here, now scroll down. Okay, go down to the last side which says export import. Okay, export import over here. Now click on it, and then we are not exporting, we are rather importing. So we have to choose a file. Okay, so click on it to choose file, and then what we're going to do is we're going to choose this file. Okay, that is the DAT file over here. So make sure that you click on it and then you click on open. Now that we have it over here, what we have to do is to click on import. So it will import the DAT file for us, and then our website will be complete. Okay, so as you can see, our website is now complete. So when we go over here and then refresh it, this is our current state. Now when we refresh it, now this is what we are going to get, a complete detailed website. Okay, so now you can click on edit with Elementor and then change anything that you want to change. So for instance, if you want to change maybe this one over here, just on the home page, just click on edit with Elementor. Okay, and then when it opens for you, you do all the necessary changes that you want to change. Okay, let it finish loading. Yeah, so now that you have it over here, let me close this one. So as you can see, you see this pencil icon over here, just click on it. Okay, this place will open for you. So as you can see, Kitech Football Club. So if I want to change it to maybe Love Football Club, I can change it easily. Okay, so Love Football Club, or maybe Loving Football Club, or any football club that you want to change it, and then you can go ahead and then do your editing. Okay, so if this is the mission Okay, if I click on this pencil icon over here, this place will open for me. Then I can fill in what I want to fill in over here. Okay, the same applies to this one. I can fill in all I want to fill in over here. Now if it is the background image that you want to change, just hover on this one over here. Now of course, if I want to change it, I can't change it, but when I come over here, see this navigation icon over here, just click on it. Okay, and then we want to change the session background, so click on the session over here. Okay, you see that this edit session opens for you. Go over here to style. Okay, go to the style over here, and then you can do all your editing over here. Okay, so as you can see, I have 5 images over here. Now if I want to change anything, I just click on the pencil icon over here, and then the images will open. I can delete some, and then I can also add some, so I can drag any image I want to use over here, or I can click on add to gallery, select my image from my computer. Okay, anywhere that I have images, I can just select it over there and then upload it over here. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but that is how you're supposed to do it. Now of course, this one gives you a quick overview of your navigation, where you want to go. So if this is the last session, last but one, and all those things, okay, the columns and other stuff are all on it. Let me close it over here. Now if it is this one that you want to change, the same way, you click on edit over here, and then you can change your your club name or whatever thing that you want to do. If it is this one that you want to change, you click over here, and you can enter all your information over here. Okay, so that is it. Now the same thing, the pictures also, you can click over here, and then you can click on edit over here, and then you can add or delete some over there. Make sure that you check the sizes of the images, and then you make sure you make your images also the same thing. Okay, so that is it. So the same way, whenever you see the pencil icon, you can hover on the thing, and when the pencil icon comes, just click on it, and then choose anything. If you want to choose an icon, click on it, and then the icon gallery will open for you, or library will open for you, and then you can choose any icon that you want. So the same way applies to the gallery. You click over here, and then you can go to gallery items over here, and then you can change. This is item 1, so as you can see, this is item 1 over here, so this is it. Okay, you can change or even add some other things to it, edit it the way you want it. So it is very simple. It is not that difficult to do, and you can do it by yourself if only you have the template. So I think this is how you can be able to install the template on your website. Now if you don't want to install the template on the website, then let's go into the video itself, and I'll show you how you can be able to do this step by step from scratch. Okay, thank you, and let's jump into the video. If you are new over here, I will entreat you to like and subscribe to the channel. Keep sharing the channel so that your friends, your loved ones, everybody who wants to learn web design using WordPress can be able to also learn it from the scratch. Alright guys, so this is a newly installed WordPress over here. So as you can see, newly installed WordPress, so there's nothing on it. We can take a look at it right here. So I'm just going to open it on a new tab so that you see that it's a newly installed WordPress over here. Okay, so as you can see, newly installed one. Now what we are going to do is we're going to firstly start by cleaning up the dashboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dismiss some of the things over here, or what I'm going to do is just click on the screen options over here, and then untick all the things that you don't really need on the dashboard, like all these things I don't need, to get a clean dashboard. Okay, so after getting the clean dashboard, now I'm going to go straight to settings over here. I'm going to go to general to do some few settings over there, Now first of all, make sure that you have your site title or your website name over here. Okay, so my site title is what? Kitech FC, which is KFC. Okay, and then the tagline is, you can give any tagline for it. So I'm going to say football for everyone. Okay, that is my tagline. And then make sure that your web address is correct. Make sure that your site address too is correct, and then make sure that your email address, that is the admin email whereby you can be getting messages from your forms and other stuff, is also correct. And then you know, if the site is a membership, make sure that you take this one, but ours is not a membership. And then all these things, make sure that you set it correct. The time zone, I'm going to search for Accra, so I'm going to use this one because I'm in Accra. And then since everything is correct, you know, the time, date and time format are all correct, I'm just going to click on save changes over here to save the changes. Okay, so now that my changes are saved and everything is done, I'm good to go. So the next one is for me to go to permalinks over here. So under settings, permalinks. Okay, make sure that you change the permalinks from plain to what? Post name over here. Okay, because I usually do it post name because I just want the permalinks to be simple. That is the URLs of the you know, website to be simple. Okay, without anything. This kind of like, you know, permalink settings help you to be able to what? Rank well on what? On Google. Okay, so your post name is the correct one that you have to choose, and then click on what? Save changes. Okay, so now that we have this one done, we'll come later on to the reading, but later on we'll come over there. Okay, so we are good to go. Now the next one that we're going to do is to install a theme and then some few plugins. Okay, so we are going to go to appearance over here. Now as you can see, this is the theme that we are using, okay, which is the 2022 theme. Okay, the default WordPress theme. We're going to change it to what? To a theme that we like. Okay, and that is what we're going to do. So make sure that you hover on appearance over here, and then you click on themes. Now these are the default themes which is already installed over here, so I'm going to delete some of them and then leave one, and then I will install a new theme that we are going to use for the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on theme details and then click on delete over here, and then say okay. The same thing applies to this one. Click on delete over here, and then I'll say okay. Okay, very good. So now that I have this one done, it is left with only, you know, one theme over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on add new over here, and I'm going to search for a new theme called Cadence. Okay, so I'm going to search for Cadence theme. This is the theme that I'm going to install on the website. Okay, so I'm going to click on install, and I'm going to click on activate to activate the new theme. Okay, very good. So our new theme is installed and activate. It will tell you to install the you know, starter template or whatever it is. I'm not going to use any starter template, so I'm going to dismiss this one, and then I'll go over here, and then let's refresh it and see how our new theme behaves. So this is our new theme, and this is how it behaves over here. So very good. So we are on the course, we are on course going. Okay, so that is good. So now that we have our theme installed, now this is the best chance for me to tell you that if you don't know how to install WordPress on your website, I'll leave a link in the description over here to help you to be able to install WordPress. Okay, if you don't have a domain, or if you don't have you know, hosting, also I'll also leave a link down there so that you click on the link to be able to get a cheap hosting for your website. Okay, so that you, it's very cheap, very cheap, that you can easily afford it. Okay, it's just like a cup of coffee. You can be able to afford it so easily. So I'm going to leave a link over there for you to be able to also, you know, get the hosting, and then your domain name, and then you can also follow this tutorial. Okay, so also now that we are over here, we've installed the theme, everything is correct. Now let's go ahead and install some few plugins. Okay, so we hover on plugins over here, and then we click on what let's see the installed plugins over here. Okay, so at the moment we have no installed plugins over here, so we're just gonna click on what, add new. Okay, so click on add new, and we'll take you over here. We're gonna install some few plugins. Okay, so what are some of the plugins that we're gonna install? We're gonna install Elementor. So this is the main plugin that we're gonna use to design our website. Okay, so it is very important that you install this plugin. So we're gonna install Elementor over here, and then I'm gonna go back to this website and see the plugins that I installed. Sometimes I easily forget some of the things that I do, so I'm gonna go to the dashboard over here, and I'll check the plugins that what I installed on this particular website for the website to function very well. Okay, so let's go to plugins over here. Let's hover on plugins over here, and then click on install plugins, and then we'll see the plugins that we installed. So we installed 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 plugins. Okay, so we have classic widget. This one I'm not going to install it. We have Elementor, we have Element Kit, Essential Add-on, Forminator, and then what light speed cache. Okay, these are the plugins that we're going to install. So let me come back over here. Now that we have Elementor installed, Essential Add-ons, do we have to install it? Yes, very good. So we have Essential Add-ons and Element Kit. So I'm going to install this one, and then also install this one. Okay, then what again are we supposed to? So we install 1 2 3. So we have Forminator, and then we have what, classic widget, and then light speed cache. Okay, so the caching plugin is a very good plugin for you to be able to use it to speed up your website. Okay, so I'm gonna install the light speed, so the light speed cache. Okay, so this is the plugin that we're going to install. So click on it. As you can see, I have 3 million active installations, which is very good. And then I'm going to install the classic widget. So the classic widget. Okay, so this is the plugin. Okay, now this classic widget enables what the previous classic widgets for you to be able to do your own customizations. Now with the new WordPress, it comes with a Gutenberg widget, which I don't really like it. I want the old classic widget, so I'm going to install it. And then the last one that I'm going to install is Forminator, which I'll use to create my form. Okay, so we're going to install this one. So make sure that you have Forminator contact form, payment form, and then custom form builder installed. So click on install now to install it. Okay, very good. So now that we have all these plugins installed, I think we are done. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm not gonna install this one. So now that we have all these plugins installed, let me go to the front end of this website, and let me go to the back end, the installed plugins over here, to activate all the plugins that I have installed. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 plugins installed. I'm gonna click on I'm gonna take this one over here and click on bulk actions over here, and then click on activate, to activate all the plugins. Okay, click on apply to apply the settings that I just made to activate all the plugins for us. Okay, very good. So essential add-ons will send you to this place. You can choose to go through all these kind of settings over here. So make sure that you have all what you want to activated. Okay, so whatever you want to activate, make sure you activate it, and then click on next. And then we also click on next, and then we click on next. If you want to install anything, notification X, review, and all those things, you can install it, but we're gonna leave it as default, and then click on next, and then make essential add-on more as some contributor, blah blah blah. No thanks. Okay, so congratulations, we are done. We've done the essential add-ons settings over here. Now let's go back to the plugins and see if all the plugins has been successfully activated. Yes, very good. So all the plugins has been successfully activated. Now if you install Elementor and Elementor gives you the setup widget and all those things, make sure that you cancel it, and then, or you can decide to go ahead to go through all those onboarding and process to to get you started with Elementor. Sorry. Now that we have all our plugins installed, okay, and activated, we are ready to start creating our pages, and then we start designing the website. So let's check this one and see how many pages that we have on this particular website. So we have the home page over here, which is nicely designed. We have the about page, we have the news, we have the gallery, we have the contact, and then we have the donation page. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 pages. Okay, so we're gonna create all those pages. Nicely done. Now let's hover on pages over here on the WordPress menu. Hover on pages, locate pages and hover on it, and then come to add new over here. Okay, so this is a new page that we are going to build. Okay, so it will give you this welcome blog editor, whatever it is. Just close it. Okay, or you can go through the setup widget. Now I'm going to this is a full screen. I'm going to exit the full screen mode by clicking on this options icon over here, and then I see full screen mode over here. I'll just exit it over here. So now I have this done. Now the first page that I'm going to create is the home. Okay, so the home is very important because that is the landing page that everybody will land on whenever they come to our website. So I'm going to create that page first. Now after typing in home at the title over there, I'm going to come to template over here, and I'm going to select Elementor full width. Okay, so I'll select Elementor full width, and then after that I'll just click on publish over here. Now I'm just creating the pages, and then we'll design it one after the other. Okay, now the next I'll just click on add new over here. So with the same procedure, we're going to create all the pages. Okay, so the next page that we're going to create is the about page. Okay, so about, just click on about, and I'm going to come over here and then select Elementor full width. Now the reason why I'm choosing Elementor full width is because I am using Elementor to design that page, and I want it to be full width. Okay, to cover all the the spaces or all the page. Okay, so as you can see, it is full width over here. Okay, very good. So now that we have this one cleared, now let's just click on publish over here to publish it. Okay, so we've published it, we are good to go. I'll go to the next one, which is click on add new, and then the next one that I'm going to create is news. Okay, so I'm going to select news, and then the same way I'll just type in news over here. Now with this one, I can choose to select Elementor full width or not, because I'm not going to design it. It's just the page where all my blogs will be on it. Okay, so it's going to be a blog page. Okay, so you can decide to just leave it as the default template, or you can decide to come over here and then select all. I'm going to leave it default over here, and I'm going to just publish it. Now the next one that I'm going to create is also is this one over here, which says gallery. Okay, so just click on add new to start creating the new page for you. Okay, so I'm going to create another one which says gallery. Okay, so this is my gallery page. Now with the gallery, I'm going to use Elementor full width, so I'll select Elementor full width from the template option over here, and then I'll click on publish. Okay, very good. Now the next one is is my contact, and then the donate or the foundation page. So I'm going to click on add new over here, and then the same way I'm going to just follow that procedure I used in creating all the other pages. Okay, so this is contact. So with the contact too, I want Elementor full width, and then I'll click on publish. Okay, now the last one is the donation page or the foundation page. Okay, so donate, or you can write foundation, whatever you want to write, it depends on you. So I'm just going to use Elementor full width also, and I click on publish. Okay, very good. So guys, I have all my pages created. Okay, now I can go ahead to create my my menus. Now that I have all my pages created, I can go ahead to create my menus. So to start creating menus over here, I'm going to hover on appearance over here and come to menus over here. Okay, very good. So now as you can see, there is no menu over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to here, which says menu name, and then type in main menu over there. So I'm going to type in main menu, and then use display the main menu on the primary header. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be my primary menu over here, and I'm going to click on create menu down here. Okay, on this one, click on create menu. Now that the menu is created, I need to add some menu items to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, which says pages over here. Now as you can see, we have pages, we have posts, custom links, categories. Okay, now I'm going to add some pages over there. So I'm going to come to here and then add all of them, and then later on I'll remove some of them because the home page is two over there. Sometimes it confuses me. I don't know which one is the home page, but at the moment I bring it over here, I will see the one which I don't want, because one is going to be a custom link. Okay, so I'm not going to select the sample page because sample page is not part of our pages that we created. So I'm going to click on add to menu over here, and then as you can see, this is the custom link that I don't want. So I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to bring the home over here, come with the about. The news will come just after the about. Then we have the contact, we have the donate. Okay, now even the donate, I'm not going to bring it because I'll use it as as a button. Okay, and then I'll bring the gallery just after the news. Okay, so this is how my arrangement is going to be, and then I'll click on save menu to save the menu. Okay, very good. So now that I have everything done, now if I go over here and then I refresh the website, you realize that the menu that we created will be over here. So as you can see, this is our menu that we created. We have the home, about, news, gallery, and then and then contact. Now as you can see over here, this page is not our home page. Okay, this is our home page. So let's select it over here, and as you can see, this is exactly how our home page looks like. Now this is our home page, but at the top over here, it doesn't say it is our home page. It's just identify it as a regular page. Okay, and that is not what we want. We want it to just show the website URL as our home page. Okay, so if you click over here, it will turn out back to a different home page over here. And as you can see, this is the main home page. But so we want to change this page to this page. Okay, so how do you do it? Let's go back to the the dashboard over here. Now let's go to settings over here. Okay, so with the settings on your left hand side on the menu over here, hover on it and then go to reading. Okay, reading. Now select the reading. Remember I told you that we are going to come here again. So change from your latest post. Okay, as you can see, it is showing our latest post to static page. Okay, so we're going to show this one as a static page. Okay, now as a static page, what page do you want the home page to be? You want the home page to be this home. Okay, and then what page do you want the post page to be? We want the post page to be this news. Okay, so that is it. We want the news to be our post page. Now as we we are done with it, all we need to do is to click on save changes over here to save the changes. So if you come over here and then we refresh this website, realize that as you can see, it is now showing our home page over here. And if I click on this one over here, it's still going to show the same thing without the /home, because we've changed the format for this page to be our home page. Okay, so if you come over here and click on the news is now our post page. Okay, and that is it. So now that we have this thing done and settled, now we can go ahead and then create our footer menu and our footer widget. Okay, so how do we create that? So we have to create this particular menu. Okay, so we want to create the about, news, gallery, donate, and then contact. Okay, So I'm going to go over here and then go back to appearance over here and then go back to menus again, and then I'm going to create a new menu. So as you see over here, edit your menu below or create a new menu. So click on it to create a new menu, and then we're gonna name the menu as what, footer menu. Okay, and then we're gonna put it as what, as nothing. So we're not going to show it anywhere. Okay, so we're just gonna just create it. We are not going to assign any location for it. We are just going to what, create it. Okay, so now that we have this one done, what do we do again? Now we're going to bring in some menu items to it. So let's go over here, and then we're going to bring the about us. Let's check and see the about, news, gallery, donate and contact. About, news, contact, donate, gallery. Okay, all these menu items, I'm going to add it over here. So about will come first, news, gallery, donate and contact. Okay, just like this one, and I'm going to save it over here. Now of course it's not going to appear now unless I tell it to appear on this side. We are not yet there yet. So what we're going to do is, now that we have our menus created, okay, the next one that we are going to do is to start designing our home page. Okay, now we're going to design our home page, set out our our header and footer, and then we start designing the other pages. Okay, so how do we start designing our home page? To design your home page, go hover on pages over here, go to all pages, and then we are going to select the home page. So click on the home, which is the front page. Okay, just click on it, and then we are back to our previous, where we started creating the home page. Now we want to design the home page. Okay, of course, if you are good in using the Gutenberg blog, you can start using blocks to do your own thing. But I'm going to use Elementor. That is the reason why I installed this Elementor page builder or website builder over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on edit with Elementor over here. Okay, so now that we have our Elementor page opened, okay, for us. Now for those of you who are first or new to Elementor, or this is your first time hearing about Elementor or knowing Elementor, now of course Elementor is a drag and drop page builder, whereby you can use Elementor widgets to build your page. Okay, so for instance, if I need something, I just click on this add new session over here, the plus button over here. I click on it, all other sessions, how I want to create it. So this is a 1-column session, 2-column session, 3-column session, 4-column session, 2-column session, but then the division is different. The same applies to this one. This is also 3-column. How you want to divide your sessions. Okay, this is how it is. So if I want to, let's say create a hero session, all what I need to do is just use a 1-page hero. It depends on how you want to design your thing. And then over here, as I click on it, what happens? There's this new session, edit session, that opens over here for me to be able to edit this session over here. So what I'm going to do is I want to stretch this one. So what I'll do is I'll just the height over here. You have height over here. I'm just going to change it to minimum height. Okay, and then I can decide to stretch it anyhow I want. Okay, so let's say I want it to be let's say 500 pixels. Okay, you can change it to the view height or the VW. Okay, anyhow you want it. Okay, so I'm going to use pixels over here. Now to be able to bring in something over here, as in maybe a background or color or whatever it is, you go to style over here. Okay, so whenever you see style, you can change color, background, picture, whatever it is over here. So just click on style. Okay, now that we are here, now we see background over here. Okay, we have normal and then we have hover. Okay, so the normal is the normal background, and the hover is when the mouse hover on it, any color or anything that you want it to do, it will do over here. So I'm going to choose a classic background. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just choose image over here. Now of course I don't have any images on the website, so to select images, what I need to do is to just click on select images over here, to load images from my computer to the website. So I'm going to locate where my images are. So I'll go to desktop, and then I'll locate KFC or Kitech FC United. I'm going to click over here. Now these are the images. So for those of you who want these images, I'll leave the link in the description for you to be able to download the images. Okay, so for free you can use these images for free. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all of them. I'm going to select all the images, okay, over here, as you can see, and then click on open. Now this will upload all the images on the website for me. Okay, so as you can see, it is uploading all the images for me. Now let's hold on for it to upload, and then we'll continue the tutorial. Okay guys, so now that our images are uploaded, we can select one image over here and then just click on insert media, and then as you can see, our media is inserted at the background. Then we can do some few settings over here. So we can position, you can check the position. I'll say center over here, and then the attachment, I'll say I'll leave it as default. Now we have scroll and fix. If you wanted to fix, or if you wanted to scroll, it depends on you, but I'm gonna leave it at default. And then we also have the repeat. I'm gonna say no repeat because I don't want it to repeat itself. And then the size, I want it to cover the whole session, so I'm gonna say cover over here, so that we're gonna have something like this over here. So as you can see, if I stretch it, I'm gonna have something like this, which is nicely done. Now of course, if I want to write something on it, I can just click on the plus button over here, click on it, and then I can drag in any thing that I want to drag in over here, any text that I want to drag in over, and then I can just write in anything. So let's say Kitech football club. Okay, now the same way we did with the session over here, we're going to do the same thing to the text over here. So we can go to style over here, and then we can just change the color of the text. We can also come to content and position the content in the middle. We can come back to style, and then the typography, we can change it to any typography font family that we want. Okay, so just click over here, and then select any typography that you want. So I'm going to select, let's say, Montserrat. Okay, so that is how I'm going to select it, and then I can increase the size to any size that I want. Okay, so as simple as that. Now as you can see, I cannot really see the words clearly. You can decide to do one thing. You can decide to give it a text shadow to bring out the text. Okay, or you can decide to give the whole overlay, the whole session an overlay. So for instance, if I don't want the text shadow but I want to give the whole session an overlay, I can decide to remove the text shadow. Click on this 6 dots over here to open the edit session for me. Now come over here, which says background overlay, click on it. Okay, and then I'll do I'll click on the classic background over here, and then I'll change the color to anything that I want. So let's say I want this one like this. As you can see, the words can be fully seen. Okay, very visible, anybody can see. Now with the way I added the text, I can also click on this 9 dots over here to open the element widget for me. Now what I'm going to do is, if I want to add a button over here, I can just drag in the button to this side. Okay, just drag in the button to this side, position it in the middle over here, and then just type in anything that I want to type over here. So let's say I want to type learn more. Okay, I can do that, and then send it to any link that I want to. So you can paste the link over here, which is either on the website or outside the website, however you want it. But I'm gonna send the person to the about page. So if I type about over here, the page which have about on it will open over here. Now click on it, the link will show over here. So meaning that it's going to, if somebody click on this one, it will take the person to the about page. Okay, so that is it. Now that I have this one set, now I can go to style to style it. So I click on style over here. I can then decide to change the background of the color to any color. So let's say I want it to be let's say red. Okay, I can just change it to red. let's say I want to change the typography or increase the size of the typography, I can decide to increase it. Okay, so anyhow you want to do it, you can decide to do it that way. And as you can see, you have simple hero session done as we want it. Okay, so this is just a simple overview of how you can be able to get used to Elementor. Okay, those of you who are fresh or new over here. Now I'm going to close this one, and then we start designing our website from scratch, just like this one over here. Okay, so just like this one over here, we're going to start designing it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so with this one, as you can see, have a hero session over with a transparent header. Now we are not dealing with the header yet. We're just going to do the hero session, and then with this two icon box over here, and then we also do this part over here. Okay, this session over here, and then we come to this session, we also do this session, and then we come to the gallery session, and then we come to the call to action session over here, and then we end it. Now it's very simple, so I'm going to quickly run you through, and then we all do it together. Okay, don't panic. Everything is going to be just follow what I do. Okay, and you are going to make a very beautiful website for yourself. So let's go back to our website over here. Now as you can see on this one, it have a slider within it. Okay, so how did we do it? Now it's very simple. Let's go over here, take one session or one column session over here, click on it. Okay, now as you click on it, like we did for the introduction that I did to you, getting around with the Elementor. Now come over here with the height. I'm going to change it to minimum height. Okay, now with the minimum height, I'm going to say 500, and then I'm just going to say maybe column gap. I don't want any gap within the columns. Okay, and then I'll come to style over here. Now that I'm done with the the settings of the layout, I'm going to come with the style over here. Now with this style, what am I going to do with it? Now I'm going to insert a background. Okay, now with the background, I'm going to insert not just any background, but we have 1 2 3 4. This one is a slideshow, this one is a video, this one is gradient, and this one is the classic one. Okay, now what I'm going to use is a slideshow. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to select some images from my gallery or my media library, and then I'll add it to the gallery, and then it will slide show for us. Okay, so how do we do it? Now let's click on some of the images that we want. So as you can see, these are not all the images that I want. So I'm going to come over here and then click on select files, and then let me see, some of the images did not come. Okay, so let me go through and see if I could find some of the images that I used for the website. So I'm going to go to desktop over here, and then let me glance through okay, template, football. Okay, so it is not here, so let me go to downloads over here, and then let me see if I could find some of the images that I use for the website. Okay guys, so now that we have our images, some of the images over here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to upload some of these images on the website for you to for us to see what I was talking about. So I'm going to select some of them. So select the ones that you want. All these images I'll give it to you. I'll leave the link in the description so that you can be able to download them for free. Okay, so just click on create a new gallery over here, and now you can see all the images are over here. Just click on insert gallery, and then all these images will be shown over here. Okay, so as you can see, it's sliding. So you can do all these settings that you want to do. Okay, all the few settings that you want to do about it. If you want it to fade, if you want it to slide right, if you want it to slide up, whatever you want to do you can then the transition duration, so how you want it to do, and then the duration also. Okay, you can also do that. Now let me come to background overlay. I'm going to give it a little bit of what black overlay. Okay, so I'll go to classic and then click on what color over here, and then make sure that I give it a little bit of what black overlay. Okay, not too much. The opacity is what 0.5, which is okay. You can decide to increase it to what, you know, maybe 0.6 or something, which will also be quite okay. So this one is okay. Now I'll come to the layout over here. Now what I want to do is I still want to increase this one to 600. Okay, yeah, so that everything will show perfectly over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one over here to bring in our text widget. So as you can see, we have this text over here. Okay, so I'm going to, you know, copy this text over here. Okay, and then I'll come over here and then I'll drag in this widget over here, and then I'll paste in the text that I copied. Okay, so this is the text. I'll position it in the middle. Okay, and then I'll increase the size to any size that I want. But before I do that, I want to you know, change the layout or the size of where I'm going to write. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here. Okay, now as you can see, with this one which says width, okay, I'm going to make it like 900. Okay, like this one. If it is too small, I will increase it. Okay, so 900 is quite okay. Okay, so or let's say 800. So as you can see, the size of this one from here to here. Okay, so now that I have this one done, I can come over here and then, you know, just change the color to to white. Change the font family. Okay, the typography, I'm going to use Montserrat. Okay, change it and then, you know, increase it to, let's say 90. Okay, so 90 is quite okay. So as you can see, everything fits in exactly as I wanted. And then, you know, with the width, you can increase it to maybe any size that you want. Okay, so 700 is quite okay. So that is it. So now that I have this one done, the next one is for me to do to bring in this button over here. So how do I do that? I'm still going to click on this 9 dots over here. That is the grip icon over here, and then drag in this button over here. Okay, underneath the you know, these words. Okay, Kitech Football Club. I'm going to position it in the middle, and then I'm going to you know, this one goes to the about page. So I'm going to direct it to I'll link it to the about page. Okay, so about page, and I'm going to write learn more over here. Okay, now that I have this one done, I have to style it. Okay, so how do I style it? I go to style over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this one to the blue color that we are using. Okay, so with this kind of like a blue color. Okay, so yeah, this color. Okay, so I'm going to change it to this blue color that we are using over here, which is quite okay. Now I have this one done. Now what do? I want to increase the opacity over here, change the font family and then increase the size of the font. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just make it Montserrat. Now I'm going to use Montserrat throughout. Okay, so bear with me, and I'm going to increase the size to, let's say 40. 40 is too much. Let's say 30. Okay, so 30 is okay. Now that I have this one, okay, even 30 is quite too much. I'm going to say 20. Yeah, 20 is quite okay. Now that I have this one done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know, give it border radius of, let's say 20. Okay, and then I'll come here, and then with the padding, I'm going to unlink all the padding, and I'm going to give a top padding of 15. I'm going to give a bottom padding also of 15. I'm going to give the side of 20, and this side also 20. Now I still want to increase it, so I'm going to give this one also 20. I'm going to give this one also 20, yeah, and then give this one, let's say 30, and then give this one also 30. Okay, so I think this one is okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase this one to 50, so that it's going to be a round shape. Okay, so as you can see, everything is looking perfectly well as planned. Okay, so it's quite okay, quite beautiful, and everything is looking perfectly as planned. Yeah, as you can see, all what we need to do is just give a space at the bottom and a space at the top. Okay, and how do we do it? Just click on this icon over here, this 6 dot over here, go to advanced over here, and then with the padding, unlink the padding, give it a top padding of, let's say, 120. Okay, and then give it a bottom padding of 90. Okay, so now there is a much space over here. If we want to do it to a transparent background, a transparent header, we can easily do it with no fear. Okay, so actually everything is working perfectly well. Now the next session that we want to do is to do these 2 sessions over here, or do these 2 icon box over here. Okay, so how do we do that? It's very simple. Now we have to also create a new session. Now this new session, I'm going to do these 2 things over here. Okay, so I'm going to choose 2 session over here. Now with this one also, I'm going to give the width of let's say 700. Okay, so 700 is quite okay. So as you can see, it fits in the middle very well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in an icon box. So I click on this 9 dots over here, and then I search for icon, or you can even search for box. Okay, so I'm going to bring this icon box over here, this one over here. So as you can see, this is a very nice icon box. And then what is in the icon box? Now we have this mission, which says our mission. So our mission. Okay, so which says our mission, and then our vision. Okay, so our mission and then our vision. Now before I even do this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to you can type in your mission and vision, all those things over here. Okay, however you want it. So maybe you want it to be like this, or you want it to be more, anyhow you want it. Okay, but let me go to style over here and style it. Okay, so as you can see, this one is is black. Okay, you want it to be black, and then the content also, this one the heading should be also be should be black. Okay, but we want the typography to be also Montserrat. So I'm going to change this one and make it Montserrat. Okay, see, yes. So now that I have this one done, and I'm going to make this one 30, or let's say 25. Okay, so 25 is quite okay. It depends on how you want it. You can decide to make it 22 or 23 or whatever it is. So 22 is quite okay. Now I'll go back to content over here, and I'll click on the icon and then change it to let's say plain. So I want it plain. So let me see the actual thing that we did. We used this one. Okay, so I used this one over here. So I'm going to choose this one, which is perfectly well. Now I'm going to go to advanced over here, and then with the advanced, I'm going to give it a padding. Okay, so I'm going to give all round padding of, let's say, 20. Okay, which is perfectly well. Okay, so that it will have space at the top and at the bottom for it. And then I'll scroll down, and then background. Okay, now with the background, how am I going to fix it? I want to make it a white background. Okay, so I'll choose the classic background type, and then choose this one, and then make it with a white background. Okay, so now that I have this one done, now I can click on this 6 dot over here to open the edit session, to edit the session. Now what am I going to do? I want to push this one on top of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to advanced over here, and then unlink this button, and then go to the top, and then I'll say maybe 90. So there is what, a 90 on top. Okay, so I'll choose 90. Now the 90, push it down. It means that we are bringing what, a margin over here. Okay, now that's not what I want. I want it to go up, so I'll give it a negative what, margin, like this. Okay, so as you can see, at the moment I gave it a negative, it pushed what, up. So I think the 90 is quite not even well, so I can give it what, let's say 100. Okay, so let me take a look at it very well. Yeah, I think 100 is quite okay. Yeah, 100 is quite okay. Now with this one, I can also click on this one over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it what, let's go to border over here. Okay, I'm not going to give it any border, but I want to give it a box shadow. Okay, so I'll click on this box shadow so that there will be a shadow over here. Very nicely done. Now that I have this one done, I can just copy this one, click over here, and then paste this one over here. Just paste it over here. I have these two things also done. So now I can do what, I can decide to click over here and then change this one. Instead of our mission, I'll say our vision. Okay, is it our vision? Yeah. And then I'll change this one. Okay, so I'll change the icon from here, and then I'll search for maybe an eye. Okay, I can decide to choose, let me see which one I choose. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. Yeah, so we have this one also done. Okay, now of course you can decide to change the icon size and all those things. It depends on you. When you go to the style over here, okay, as you can see, you can check in the size of what the icon. So if you want it to be, let's say 40, you can make it 40. If you want it to be 50, you can make it 50. So let's make all the icon size 50. Okay, so let's go to style over here and make it 50, also 50, so that it will be unique throughout. So now that we have this one also done, so as you can see, everything is perfectly done. We have this one also done. Now that we have this one also done, now we can go ahead and do the next session, which is these two sessions over here. Okay, so one is a slider, and then one is just a welcome note over here. Okay, so how are we going to do that? It's very simple. We can also click here and use these two session over here. Okay, so now what we will do is we'll click on it over here and then go to advanced and then give it a margin, a top margin of 90, a bottom margin of 90. Okay, so now that we have this one also done, we are good to go. So what are we going to do? So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to layout over here. Now with a column gap, I want to give no gap. Okay, I don't want any gap in the column. Okay, that's exactly what I want. Now over here, what I'm going to do is I'll be putting some few things over there. Okay, so with a few things that I'm going to put over there, like just like this one over here. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. But before that, let me come over here. Okay, and then searching let me say gallery. Okay, now I'm going to drag this basic gallery over here. Okay, and then I'm going to just come over here to select some few things that I want to select. Now make sure that the size is what you really wanted. So I'm going to choose this one, which is 600 by 500 pixels, 700 pixels. This one also 600 by 500, 600 by 700, sorry, 600 by 700, 600 by 700. That is what I'm going to use. Okay, and I'll click on create gallery, insert gallery. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one column. Okay, and then I'll come to the media and make it full. Okay, just like this one. So as you can see, it is showing one. and then let me go to, okay guys, so basically I think I did a mistake. So what I'm supposed to do is to search for carousel. Okay, so I'll go over here, click on this one, and then go and search for carousel. Okay, so make sure that you search for image carousel, this one over here. Okay, now there are a lot of them, but make sure that you search for this one, drag it over here. Okay, and when you drag it over here, now we can insert our image gallery in it. So what we're going to do is just select the ones that we want to use. Okay, and then we can create a gallery for it, and then we can insert the gallery. Now as you can see over here, this is how it's going to behave, but that's not how we want it. We want to change the thumbnail to full. Okay, and then the slides to show, we want to show only one. Okay, and then image stretch, we say no. Navigation, we don't want any navigation, so we say none. Okay, so as you can see, this is how we want it done. Okay, so as just like this one over here. Okay, so now everything is working perfectly. Now let's come to this place over here. Now over here we're going to give it we're going to give it a background color. Okay, so as you can see over here, this one have a background color over here, this deep blue over here. So that's exactly how we want to make it. So go to style on it, click on the classic, and then choose the color. Okay, so with the color we're going to just pick a deep blue color for it. So we're going for very deep blue color. It's gonna be like this for it. And then what we are going to do is over here it says welcome. Okay, so we'll come over here, copy it, click on this grip icon, this 9 dot over here, bring in a text widget over here, heading widget, and then just type in welcome over here. Okay, yeah, very good. So now that we have this welcome over here, now what do we do again? The next one that we're going to do is to bring in this Kitech Football Club over here. Copy it. I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to just duplicate this one, and then just type in what I want to type in over here. Okay, so this one. Now the next one is to bring in this long text over here. Okay, so I'll copy it over here, and then click on this icon over grip icon, or the 9 dots over here, and then bring in the text editor underneath this one. Okay, now don't worry, we will style it and make it nicely. So I'll just paste in what I copied over there. Okay, so as you can see, everything looks nicely done. Now let's click on this one. Okay, the welcome, and then let's style it. So let's go to style over here, and then with the text I'm going to give it white, and then with the typography I'm still going to give it Montserrat. Okay, so I'm going to give it Montserrat with this one, and then I'm going to say 18. Okay, or even I'm going to say 22. Okay, very good. And then I'm going to change it to 400. Okay, very good. Now with a color I'm going to change it to kind of like a blue kind of color. Okay, but it's going to be like this kind of blue. Yeah, very good. Okay, and then I'll come over here and then change the style, change the text, make it white. Okay, with the typography is still Montserrat. I'm going to make it Montserrat, and then I'm going to make it like 70, or let's say 60. Yeah, like this. Okay, 60 is okay. And then let me check and see. Yeah, 60 is okay. And then with this one also, I'm going to click this one, and I come to the style over here, change it to white. Okay, and I come over here to this typography, click on the font family over here, and then make sure that you change it to Montserrat. Okay, so change it to Montserrat like this one, very nicely done, and then change it to 18. Okay, Yeah, and then you can even, you know, play around this one, make it like 300. Okay, so now that we have it done, now you see everything is done alright, but it's not really like this one over here. Okay, so how do we, you know, make it like this one? First of all, let's click on this you know, 6 dots over here, okay, to open this edit session for us. Now let's go to where is it, the vertical align. Okay, make sure that it is in the middle. Okay, choose the middle so that it will position itself in what, in the middle. Now let's come to this you know, column. Okay, to edit this column, so this icon over here, click on it so that it will open the edit column for us. Okay, or we can decide to what, with this side. Okay, let's go to advanced over here, and then we want a padding. Okay, so we want a padding to be left and right with padding, so we want a padding of 20, and then right left padding of also what, 20. So as you can see, everything is falling in shape. Okay, so now let's make it a left padding of 40, and then right padding of, you know, 20 or 30. Okay, this one is quite okay. Now it means that we have to reduce this size a little bit, so we want to what, reduce it to from 60 to, let's say, 55. Okay, it's quite okay. Now what can we do? Let's look at it and see how it's done now. Okay, so as you can see, we can, you know, just make sure that this one goes top. So I want to, you know, position this one on the top, a little bit top, or we can even make this one come down a little bit. Okay, so go to advanced over here, and then with the you know, margin, give it a bottom margin of -10, so that it will come down a little bit. Yeah, very good. So I think this one is quite okay. Everything is quite okay. Everything is what, perfectly done. So now that we have this one done, also now the next one that we are going to do is this one over here. Okay, what we do. Okay, so it is very simple to be able to achieve it, this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one, copy it. Now let me look at this one, how it is done. So this one is what, yeah, so with this one it is also very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on, you know, this one, and then choose this particular one over here. Okay, I'm going to choose this particular one over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to what, paste in what I chose, what I copied. Okay, so I'm going to paste in this one. Okay, so as you can see, and I'll go back to this place and then remove the what, remove the you know, the bottom margin. Okay, so I have what, welcome, but it is not the welcome that we want. We want what we do. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one, and then with this one I'm going to go to content and then paste in this one over here. So what we do, and then I'll come to you know, the color, and then increase the color a little bit. Okay, so let me just increase the color, and after increasing the color I'm going to go to you know, typography, and then increase this one to, let's say, 500. Okay, so that will be a little bit, or let's make it 600, so that will be a little bit, you know, bold here. So I think this one is also quite okay. Now the next one is what, to bring in what, we assist young people, blah blah blah. Now let's copy it and then come over here, and then you know, create another session also, structure, and then, you know, bring in a heading text. Okay, so we're going to bring in a heading widget over here, and then I'm going to paste in what I copied over here. So this is exactly what I copied. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to I'm going to click on this one. Okay, I'm going to click on this one and go to advanced over here, and then I'm going to give it, you know, a padding, a right padding of, let's say, oh, it's a left padding, sorry. I'm going to give a right padding of, let's say, 500, or let's make it 100, or 100 is too small, so let's say 200. 202 is too small, so let's say 300. Okay, so I think 300 is okay. So now I want to change this color and then increase the size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to color black. Okay, typography, I'm going to change it to Montserrat like I did. Okay, Montserrat. So let's go to the typography over here. Even with the 30 is too small, so I'm going to make it like 50. Okay, so I think 50 is quite okay. Yeah, 50 is quite okay over here. So now that we have it done like 50, now I think we are good to go. Now the next one is for us to do this cards over here. Okay, so with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one over here, this section over here, copy it. Okay, I'll come over here and then paste it over here. Okay, now of course it's going to go up because of the settings of the session. I'm going to click on this one and then go to advanced over here, and then remove this one over here. Now I'm going to the layout also. Okay, and then I'm going to just remove this one. Okay, make it like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate it and make it like three columns. Okay, so like this one, perfectly done. Okay, so as you can see, it is perfectly done. Okay, so if you come over here, how does this one look? This one is 1, 2, 3. Okay, exactly. This one is health, social well-being, and then employability. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one, come over here, come this one, and then paste it over here. So this one is health. So we are going to look for a health icon. Okay, so let's say heart. Okay, so I'm going to use this one or even this one. So let me check what they use here. So this one is exactly what I use on the other side. So I'm going to choose this one. So this one is health, and then I'll come to here, which says social well-being. Okay, so I'll copy this one, come over here, paste this one over here, and then choose this, change the icon to let's say group or team. Yeah, so or maybe users. Okay, so I'm not getting what I want, so what I'm going to use is theme. Okay, so I'm going to use theme, so I can use this one over here or even this one over here. So I'm going to use this one. Okay, and then click on insert. So social well-being, it's a group of people over here which are socializing. And then with this one, the last one, which says employability. Okay, what I'm going to do is copy this one, come over here, change this one to employability, and then come over here and then search for suitcase. Okay, just search for this one. Let me check and see. Okay, so I'm going to use this one rather, and then we are good to go. So basically we are good to go. I'm just going to give a top margin, okay, of let's say 20. Yeah, 20 is quite okay. So now that we have 20 over here, I think everything is set and we are good to go. Okay, so I have this one done. I can decide to reduce the I can decide to reduce the box shadow a little bit. Okay, so let me just reduce the box shadow a little bit. Okay, so I think this one is quite okay. Now I'll just copy this one, paste it over here, paste style. Okay, so that I will pick the same style, paste style over here. Okay, so now we have this one done, nicely done. So we are good to go. Okay, so now the next session, what is the next session? The next session is is this one, is this gallery over here. So I'm going to copy this one, come over here, create a session for it, create a session for it. Now with this session, I'm going to give it to a top and down margin, so 90 top and down, and then I'm going to paste. I'm going to come here and then copy and drag in the text heading widget over here. Okay, so I'm going to drag in the heading widget, paste in the gallery, position it in the center. Okay, so position in the center. Now go to style over here, and then with the style change the color to black, and then that is the text color to black, and then the typography, we're gonna go and then what, change the typography to any typography of your choice, but I'm going to use Montserrat. Okay, Montserrat, and then I'm going to select Montserrat, and then I'm going to increase it a little bit, so let's say 40. Yeah, 40 is quite okay, so now that I have this one done, what I'm going to do is I need to bring in what, gallery. Okay, so I'm going to click on this icon of this 9 dot over here. Now search for gallery. This time around I have to choose this gallery. Okay, come over here. Okay, and then now the gallery, you can decide to use any gallery of your choice. So as you can see, this one I can what, decide to use this particular gallery. So this particular gallery is different from this one that I chose, so I'm going to delete this one, and then I'm going to search for another gallery again. Yeah, and then I'm going to use this one over here, which is the filterable gallery. Okay, so I'm going to drag it over here. Now that I have it over here, now as you can see, this is how it's going to be. Okay, so you can decide to filter it the way you want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, okay, so items to show is what, 6. You can, the columns 3, the grade, you want it to be grade, and all those things. You can decide to what, if you want it Montserrat, you can what, decide masonry, you can decide to what, do it this way, but the grade is what, is quite okay. Okay, so I'm going to choose the grade, and then I'll come to what, the filterable controls. Okay, I don't want any controls over there. Okay, so I just don't want any controls over there, so all I want is what, this one over here. Okay, so and then I'll come to what, gallery items, and then I can decide to what, enter my gallery items over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to what, I don't want any name. So you see this one have a name and then what, description. I don't want any name, I don't want any description. I'll just remove everything from there. Now this gallery, you can use it to what, create any kind of gallery that you want. Okay, so with this one I'm going to what, click on it, and then choose the kind of what, image that I want for it. So as you can see, this is it. Okay, so I don't want a light box, I don't want what, the button, I don't want anything. Okay, with the light box button, this is how it looks like. Okay, you can what, expand it like this. Okay, so if you want to expand it like this, you can leave it over there. Okay, so I'm going to leave it over there, and then gallery 2. So let me just delete all the other ones. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all the other ones, and then duplicate this ones and make it to 6. Okay, I'm going to make it 6. Okay, so as you can see, I have 6 items over here. Now what I'm going to do is item 2, I'll just go and then change this one to the boys running. Okay, so I'm going to insert this one over there. Then I can go to item 3, change it to this guy playing football over here. So I'm going to change it to this guy playing football over here, and then I'll go to item 4 and then change it to this black guy is having fun with the football over there. So I'm going to choose this one and then insert it. Okay, then I'll go to the next one, which is this guy playing football. So I'll go to item 5, which is this guy playing football. Okay, and then last one, item 6, which is another guy also kicking a ball. Okay, so I'll just look for that guy and then select him. Okay, so this guy over here, right over here, and then I'll choose him over here. So now I have everything done. The gallery is set. all what I need to do is to click on what update. Okay, so make sure that you update it and then you make it what nicely. Now let's take a look at this one. Now as you can see over here that the gallery over here have a background of a light blue. Okay, so that's exactly what we want it to do. So we want to what click over here and then give it what a background. Okay, so we want to give it what a background color. Let me go over here and then pick this kind of like this blue over here and then give it this light blue over here. Okay, so as you can see we have this light blue. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to advanced. Okay, and then give it a top padding of 90 and a bottom padding of also what 90. Okay, so we're going to have something like this. Okay, very nicely what done over here. So now that we have this one done, our last one that we're going to do is a call to action over here. So I'm going to copy this one, copy it, come to where we are designing our home page, click on this and then choose 2 column session over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this 6 dot over here to open this edit session for me. Now I'm going to go to here which says what height, minimum height. Okay, I'm going to choose a minimum height, and then with this one I'll go to style and then choose a background style which is the classic, and then choose an image for it. So what is the image that I'm going to choose? I'm going to choose these 2 guys having fun with the football, these guys, and then insert it over here. So now that I have this one inserted, now I want to do some little bit of positioning and other stuff. Okay, style. Now position it center. With attachment I'll make it fixed. Okay, so that when I scroll I'll see them fixed over there. And then with the repeat I'm going to say no repeat, and then with the size I'm going to say cover. Okay, so I have this ones over there. Okay, very good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this one a little bit so that this side become a little bit small and this side become a little bit big. Now I'm going to give an overlay. Okay, so just click on this one and then click on classic and then click on the color over here, give it an overlay, a little bit of black overlay. Now increase the opacity to let's say 7. Okay, which is quite okay, and then click on this plus icon over here and then drag in a text widget, text heading over here. Okay, and then we're going to paste the thing that we copied. Okay, now we are going to go to style, change the color to white, and then also change the typography to Montserrat, and then increase the size a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to change it to Montserrat, and then increase the size of the typography a little bit to let's say 40. Okay, so now that I have this one done, what I'm going to do is I'm still going to go back to content over here, and then with the alignment I'm going to position it this way. Okay, now of course you can do it anyhow you want it, it depends on you, but I want to position it this way. And then I'm going to click on this plus icon over here, and then it will open this widget panel for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in a button. Okay, now with the button I'm not even going to drag in, I'm going to copy this one over here. I'm going to copy it. So let me copy this button, copy it, and then I'm going to bring it this, I'm going to paste it over here. So paste. Okay, so it's going to be like this, and then instead of the learn more I'm going to say donate. Okay, and then over here I'm going to link it to the donation page. Okay, so donation page over here. Now it's going to be something like this. Okay, which is perfectly what we wanted. Now as you can see with this one, what happens is if you hover on it, it's having some kind of animation or effect over there. So we're going to do the same thing to this one also. So let's go back and then click on the edit pencil over here. Now go to style. Okay, go to style, and then with the hover, okay, go to hover animation over here, and then search for Bob. Okay, search for Bob. As you can see, it is having that kind of effect over there. So that is exactly how we're going to do this one also. So
click on it, and then let's go to what, hover over here, and then with the hover animation we're gonna make it to a bob. Okay, and then as you can see, it is having a bob effect over there. So now that we have everything done, we can what, update it. Let's update it, and then everything is what, good to go. Okay, so we have our what, our home page created nicely. So if you come to the website over here, you can decide to what, refresh it and then see how the home page is looking. So as you can see, this is our home page, which is what, nicely created for our beautiful what, website. So our website is what, is done, our home page is done, and we are what, we are good to go. So now that our home page is done, what we are going to do is to, the next we are going to do is to what, design or customize our what, our header, and then our what, our footer. And that is what we are going to do in the next session or in the next tutorial. So don't go anywhere, go to the next tutorial, and let's create our transparent header, our footer widget, and then footer menu over here, and then also create the about page, the gallery, and then the contact, and then the domain what, the donation what page, or the foundation page. Stick with me, don't go anywhere. Let's watch the next tutorial. If you are new over here, or entreat you to what, like and subscribe to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Let's this channel grow together. Okay, we are growing together, we are learning things together. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel. See you in the next chapter.